It is estimated that over 1 billion people live with physical disabilities worldwide. In Ghana, about 5 million Ghanaians have disabilities. Michael is one of the 5 million Ghanaians who are physically challenged.
I was born normal as any other child, but then at the age of 5, I suffered a paralysis. I actually suffered 2 paralyses. So the first one left me, the same as I was before. It was a miracle. But the second one left me walking, losing some strength in my legs. So when I walked, it was like I was walking on my toes, and I was dragging my feet. And I only walk. When I took my time to walk, is when you probably may not notice that there was a challenge.
Since his childhood, he has learned to live with this condition.
I want to have an inclusive life. I don't want to be limited by my challenges. So I decided to go to the gym. Wait a minute. Almost 9 minutes.
Yeah.
20 seconds more.
Let me see. I want to turn around. All right.
He has survived and has gone through the basics, that is, education and marriage.
Daddy is
he the best daddy in the world?
Yes.
Why did you say so?
Because he is.
One of the reasons that my wife liked me was the way I smelled at the time. Yeah, she would tell you that, Michael, now scent now and I'm a perfume yeah you so now she liked it. So one, I say that because a lot of persons with disability, because of the kind of challenges we are going through, they tend to be laid back, resentful, and so they don't want to, hygiene is not top notch for them. Do you get it? And if your hygiene is not top notch, no lady would want to be close to you.
But despite the fulfillment, he is not happy about the system he calls broken system. He describes the country as the worst place to live in as a person living with disability.
Ghana is the worst place to be a disabled, to live as a disabled. Ghana is the worst place to live as a disabled. Not only Ghana, most of African and third world countries, but Ghana is where I know. But Ghana is the worst place. It's not an easy place at all to live, because it is not because the people are wicked or the people hate disabled people. No, it's because of ignorance. So everybody, most of public buildings, right? I've spoken to a lot of architects and engineers who build buildings. They'll tell you when they design the buildings, before the buildings are passed to be built, ramp accesses with banisters are in the drawings. Before a building will be given the permit for a public building to be built. But when they are building it, then the masons and the people that build it, they will just be like, oh, now this place, how many disabled will come in? You get it? So that sort of ignorance will let them put it up without the ramp accesses, the lift access. They would rather do the stairs because it's easier, and they think that no disabled will come in. But you see, the difference between disability and ability is only a thin line, and that thin line is called accident.
Michael is not the only one who feels same as a person living with disability in Ghana.
And in 2007, I was in my final year in University of Cape Coast. So I came home, and the relative was moving his ride around. So I decided to join him, and so it got to a point I decided to alight. I opened the door, just got down, about to close the door. The car reversed suddenly, and the door knocked me down. that's all that happened. I became paralyzed instantly, waist down. After I've traveled to other countries, and it's not easy being disabled in Ghana, because most places are not disability friendly. I've been to places, the ministries. I think I've been to the office of the president a couple of times. And the building itself, what I saw was not actually constructed thinking of anyone who is disabled, because where I passed, the ramp there was improvised later on. So if you are disabled, I think I asked someone one day that in case, even if the president, should something happen, how does he access the place? And he told me there is a lift, or that, but the place is not disability friendly. So I don't think our officials or our technocrats or, say, engineers really know much about designing places for people with disability. They don't think about those things.
The challenge persists in the country. These section of Ghanaians have been excluded in many aspects of the society, most especially accessing facilities which may be open to all, but for the lack of better provisions for their kind.
When you come to persons with disabilities within the working class, within the upper middle class, amongst others, you will want to ask the question if they are able to enjoy life as their peers without disability within the same class. And the answer to that is still an obvious no. So, of course, the impact of your disability is therefore brought on board while you are living a less enjoyable life than your peer with the same economic state. When it comes to the built environment, what we have succeeded in doing over the past 4 years is ensuring that we champion the issue of enforcement, but also ensuring that now issues of the built environment being accessible is not just in the Persons with Disabilities Law, but actually in Ghana's building code.